Hi, Jakob, how are you?
Great, Vincent. Thank you. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Welcome and thanks for joining us on this webinar. Maybe first of all, tell us something about yourself and your company. What you do?
Thank you, and yeah, you're welcome. I'm really glad to be here. I'm a co-founder of MetaApp. MetaApp is a data analytics company and the HitHorizons partner for helping HitHorizons integrate their data and services into Microsoft products. And for HitHorizons, we developed extension for Microsoft Dynamics CRM, special customer engagement model.
Perfect, thanks. So you're the ideal person to talk to show us some magic in Dynamics CRM, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Jacob, so maybe you can tell us how we can create a new account in this Dynamics CRM, which we see on our screen using the HitHorizons data.
Yeah, let's do that. So let me jump into my accounts. So here are the list of all the accounts I have already in Dynamics, and let's add a new one. So click New, and here are the screen for adding data of the new company I want to fill into Dynamics. So I have to know all the information. I have to type it in manually. And this could be really time consuming, especially for a company that is new to you and you don't know the address, you don't know the IDs. So you have to manually look on the internet and find all this information. And that's why we create the extension for Dynamics with advanced search. And this advanced search can help you insert this information about the company automatically. So let me start the advanced search, and let's say we want to add a Microsoft to our accounts. So let me just start typing some letters. As I type, we are already giving you some suggestions. So we compare the letters with all the companies we have in our database. With micro, a lot of companies start with micro, so that's not enough. And I just continue typing Microsoft, and here are the results for Microsoft. There are several Microsoft in different countries. You can see here small flags that indicate the country. The first is Microsoft from Belgium, then England, Ireland, etc. So let's select the Microsoft from Belgium. Here are some brief informations, so you can be pretty sure that's the company you want to fill in. You know the whole address, you know the year of establishment and the number of employees and sales. One more thing about the advanced search, you can also add address, city, or country to look for companies in the specific region. For example, you want to find Microsoft in Slovakia, just type country Slovakia, and it will filter out only companies that are registered in Slovakia. And for our case, just let insert this company, just click insert into form, and all the data from our database are loaded into Dynamics. So
that's fast.
It's blazing fast. Let's go through the parameters that we filled in: name, address, national ID. We have there as year of establishment. We have industry. We have zip code, local activities. This is really helpful for you to analyze your customers, so you can analyze like how many customers or what kind of revenue you have in particular industry or a local activity. Besides that, we also fill in the number of employees the company has, also sales or revenue in Euro, USD, and the local currency if the currency is different than Euro. So for this case, Microsoft in Belgium has revenue more than 306 million euros. As well, we have a link to HitHorizons webpage where you can find more details about the company. This was really the basic stuff, and besides the basic stuff, we also include industry and country analysis. So for this particular case, we have Belgium as a country, and we have industry services. So in Belgium and services, there are around 880,000 companies. The median sales for these companies is 82,000 euros. The largest player has a revenue more than 22 billion euros, and the market size is more than 240 billion euros. Microsoft, as I already mentioned, has 306 million euro revenue, and according to this number, it fell into top 10% of companies with according to sales. What have you here is also the link to HitHorizons. You just click here, and you are directly linked to the industry and country analysis, where you can find other information or graphical representation. Here you can see the largest company, like Engie Energy Management, with more than 22 billion in revenue. If you scroll down, here is the list of the top 5 companies, and Microsoft scored 60 according to revenue or sales performance. If I scroll down a little bit more, graphical representation of distribution of revenues in Belgium and in services. Also, the ranking, as already mentioned before. So that was sales, and it's not the end. We also include data about employees, number of employees, similar in Belgium and services. The number of employees that work in this field is more than 2 billion. The largest player has 29,000, more than 29,000 employees, and Microsoft has 371 employees currently, and it's also fell into 10 largest company in Belgium and in industry services according to the number of employees. Also, the link for more and further analysis about employees and in field Belgium and services.
So Jacob, what happens when there's already data in the CRM? So for example, we are installing the extension at a later point in time. So there's already data. So how can we, let's say, match this with the HitHorizons data?
Good question, really good question. So let me go back, and let's say we have here Apple in Germany. And this company was inserted manually before the extension was installed in the Dynamics. So let's open this company, and you have here a notification with the text: the company is not linked to HitHorizons, and you have the options to link it. You either click on the link button over here, or over here in the notification bar just shows suggestions. So let me click here. Right now we are sending the name and address to HitHorizons to find the most similar companies based on the name and address. So the HitHorizons give you back the suggestions of the company.
Mm-hmm. And it only shows companies from Germany.
From Germany, yeah, because it's located in Germany, and Germany was the country in Dynamics. So the first one is, the name is it's Apple in Germany. So I just click this company and press link company, and now the company is linked with the Dynamics, and this company and the data about the company is checked with our database.
Mm-hmm. So it says that some of the saved company values do not match the HitHorizons data.
Yeah, this could happen when, for example, you enter the wrong address manually, or the company moved to a different address or city. So you are immediately notified, and you can click compare to see the differences. And here you have your original values that you have in Dynamics, so Berlin and Baumgasse, and the new address is in München and different address. So you can either keep your old data, or you can accept the new one. And so if you click accept, the data in your Dynamics will change to the new values. So when you accept, and you can see the address was changed. So this is how you can link your existing accounts and data in your Dynamics before you install the extension.
Okay, nice to see. So let's say, how can people who are watching this webinar test this out? Let's say do the same things you are doing right here now on the screen.
Again, really good question. Microsoft prepares something like a test drive where all you need is just the Microsoft account, and go to App Source and try our test drive that we prepared for you. So let's open, for example, Google and put their App Source. And the first link is Microsoft App Source. Go there. And here you have a search where just put HitHorizons.
Nice there.
Yeah. Be aware you have different HitHorizons applications. For this one is the first one, Dynamics 365.
Okay.
So you just select the 365, and here you have the test drive button. What we'll do, it will create an instance of Dynamics 365 customer engagement for you with the plugin, with the extension, and you can log in and try all the features I already showed you by yourself.
Okay, so the only thing people need is a Microsoft account,
It's
right?
just the Microsoft account. So here is a test drive, click it, so fill out your information manually. Job title, for example, co-founder.
Okay.
Let me select the region.
Okay, so just job title and country.
Yeah,
okay.
Because I'm already logged in with my Microsoft account. Here I have to give the permission and just click continue. And the test drive is preparing in the background. You don't have to wait here. It will notify you by email when your instance of Dynamics will be ready and you can try it out. Okay,
perfect. Okay, so I guess that after a while the test drive is ready. So can you close the browser? Do you get a notification, or should you just leave it open and wait?
Yeah, sure. You can have it both ways. You can close the browser and wait for an email, and then click on the link on the email, or you can leave the browser open and the Dynamics will be ready from 5 to 10 minutes.
That's fast.
Yeah. So you have here the button, and after you click the button, it will be directly linked to the Dynamics with your sandbox. Don't be afraid to try it. Don't be afraid to. You won't broke anything. You won't delete anything. Just play with it and see if this suits your needs.
Because that's why it's called a sandbox, right?
Sandbox,
so
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just for you.
Exactly. So here you have the applications installed on your sandbox. Just select the HitHorizons, and you will be directed to the dashboard. And as I showed you before, you can play with, for example, accounts and creating a new account. Just click on accounts. Wait a little bit. There are no accounts here, so you can add a new one. You have here the advanced search, and you can, for example, have the Microsoft again. So you have the Microsoft again, for example, the Belgium. Just click on it, insert the form, and the first account in your sandbox is ready. Okay,
great. So this is a really nice way where people can test out the functionality of integrating basically the HitHorizons extension into Dynamics.
Yep.
Thanks. So we are not only integrated into Dynamics with HitHorizons, but also in Power Platform, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you are correct. The HitHorizons developers develop a custom connector that could be used by Power Platform products.
Okay, so how should I imagine this? So this is, for example, something you could use to automate tasks in your business in Excel, for example?
Yeah, definitely. Microsoft has something like Power Automate. With Power Automate, you can automate your tasks. And let me show you how to do that.
Perfect.
So I will just change my screen to Power Automate. Here is the welcome screen of Power Automate. Power Automate is a great tool. You don't have to know how to program. Everything could be done by clicking on icons and filling out some fields. And let me jump right into the Excel and see what we can do with it. So here is my Excel in OneDrive or Excel Online. Here I have, for example, export from my ERP system with my customers. Here is my customers. Here I have the names, national ID, the country, and for example, intern sales that I have on the customers. And so what I want to do for these companies, I want to fill in the revenue, number of employees, let's say the year of establishment, and for example, the URL with the further information. So I will just select for which columns I want to fill the information from HitHorizons. Then click in the domain of data, the flow.
And this is basically something which has been prepared before, right? So somebody wrote this.
Yeah, this script was prepared before. It's really simple. I will show you like the components of it, but let's start the process. So I just select the rows, and here I have the add sales automate task. I just only press the play. Now it's connecting, and just play around the flow and see what will happen.
So it starts and it runs in the background, and then basically you see the data appearing in the rows when basically it's finished.
Yeah, exactly. Right now everything is running in the background. You will have to wait a little bit, and all the information will be ready in a few seconds.
Okay. And basically so when you touch on the flow, then you see basically which actions are available for the sheet, right?
Yeah.
So you had to add sales, and I think you had a second one, no?
Second one, yeah, that was for a different process. For example, you can take the new row in Excel and then create some other action. For example, send an email or create a new record in Dynamics or different tasks.
The data is there.
Yeah, the data we have here. So discovering changes, we just don't show. And here what we have is the revenue for the companies, number of employees, establishment. And right now, data are ready to do just for the basic Excel work. You can analyze them, you can create a pivot table, whatever you want with that.
Wow, perfect. This is really interesting and fast. So can you show maybe, Jacob, how the flow looks like? Can you see this in here or not?
Yeah, sure, no problem. It's pretty simple. You have the actions here. For example, add sales. I just click the edit, and I will see all the flow. So the first thing is like the source of the changes or source of the data. Here I have for all selected rows from OneDrive for this file in table named Fermi. All the data will be sent to HitHorizons API, and here I specify what kind of fields I want to send there. So only national ID, so the column B is sent with the country, so the column C. Only these two data are sent to HitHorizons to match the company and to retrieve the data. So, and the last step is to apply for each row. So when I get the results from HitHorizons, the Excel row will be updated. Again, just filling which file will be modified. Here, just put the key value. So national ID is the key column, how to identify the row. And I want to fill out or update the revenue with sales from HitHorizon, employees with employees number from HitHorizon, establishment and URL. And that's it. That's everything you have to set up.
Okay, this looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it is. It's really simple.